everybody. Welcome to the show. We're back. It's another week. It's another show. Had to wait for Bryon to finish drinking his drink so he could start the show, because it'd be weird if he started the show with him drinking, because that's awkward. But I hope everyone's doing all right. Good. We have Thanksgiving this week. Our turkey is brining in the refrigerator as we speak.
What are you thankful for, Mark?
I'm thankful for this show, Bryon. That's a lie. I'm not thankful for this show at all. Just, people.
People.
It's an odd year for me, so I don't know if I want to get into it, because I might not make it through it. So.
Oh, I'll make you cry.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I'm what?
I said you're a terrible friend.
Why? Because I asked you what you're thankful for, and you don't have an answer. I
have an answer.
Terrible.
I just don't want to say it because it's going to get me emotional.
All right, gotcha. All right. Well,
I'm thankful for my friends and guys like you and my family and just everything this year.
A sweet answer, Mark.
Thank you.
And
what are you thankful for, you jerk?
Not being called a jerk. I mean, same things, man. I mean, I think we survived this pandemic. And obviously we had a lot of loss and everything this year. And yeah. I mean, I'm thankful for our friendships that have lasted all these years. I'm thankful for doing the show with you every week. I'm thankful for just the people in my life and family, and that we get to still do this. And it's the same things you are.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, I'm less thankful about the things.
Yeah.
I'm more thankful for the people.
Yeah.
Things are replaceable. I
am thankful for content, and there being a lot of it. So
I'm not. I think it's too much. Just slow.
You, on the other hand, who does a podcast about content, doesn't watch any content.
I don't think our podcast is. I think our podcast has always been about whatever we're in.
Yeah, I know. I just like busting your balls because you never watch anything, and I can't talk about it for months on end until I've forgotten about it, because it's been so long since I've seen it that when you want to talk about it, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I will be on vacation, so I will watch Andor.
It's good.
Yeah, I know it's good.
Star Wars for adults.
Good, but it just
Star Wars for adults
hasn't been anything I've been really jonesing for. So Marcus, I know we'll talk about, we did the Gluten Free Market this past weekend.
Yeah. We didn't even have a booth, which is surprising. We didn't even have a booth, which is surprising.
Well, I mean, for a gluten-free market, there wasn't a lot of food.
There was, if you'd gotten there on time.
I got there at 10:30.
There was a lot of food. It just went all really quickly. It sold really fast.
I mean, everything else was gluten-free because you don't need it.
Well, there was 3 bakeries.
I did get some fudge.
Yeah,
I did get some fudge.
They had bakery stuff as well. They had pastries and pies and such.
They were all gone.
Yeah, at that booth. It was I was surprised how quick things flew out the door. If you'd been there when there was a line when doors opened, there was a line.
I believe it. There was a line when I got there.
Came in and they ransacked the place.
Right, I believe.
The food guy on the bottom floor. There was supposed to be other food people that called out last minute, I guess. There was supposed to be an empanada booth that had an issue with their kitchen, so they weren't there. So there was going to be other stuff. It just,
it was a success.
As things are.
Yeah, it was a success. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining because that means people showed up.
There's no food there. That's all.
Well, there wasn't when I got there.
Well, because you got there too late.
Other than fudge. Yeah. But I mean, it's a raging success for
Yeah,
Stephanie and our
it was
friend
very
Robbie.
successful. There was literally like at one point there was a line all the way up the parking lot, like almost into the road.
Yeah, curved.
Yeah.
Like didn't go
Yeah.
into the road, but you would have got hit by a car.
No. Yeah, yeah.
But it went down the
But
road.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was crazy.
it was cool. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great what Stephanie's done. All joking aside, I mean, I think it's fantastic for people to do this, especially when it's colder weather and there's no farmer markets around.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, this like I said to her, success is like when multiple vendors sell out of their product. You know, you're doing good.
Yeah, seriously.
Like when people are leaving with less stuff than they had when they got there. So
yeah, that's really good. So
yeah,
we
like
got a lot of.
She like sold a lot of honey. Like she brought a lot of extra, not knowing, and she was like, "Yeah, we sold a lot. I'm surprised." So
yeah, we bought like obviously we just got the fudge. We got some stuff from that guy at the bottom who's we got some of those drinks we're gonna try out this week. And there was a lot of things Allison was really into, but man, we just didn't bring enough money. Like we went through our budget pretty quickly. So we'll definitely be going again.
I'll post the info about when it is on this as we're talking about it. And at the end of the show, I'll have a thing for it because it goes all the way through March. It's like odd weekends when they're doing it. So
right. Well, there's a schedule on Facebook.
Yeah. I'll post the little flyer thing.
Well, that was our big thing we were going to talk about at the end of the show, but there it is. We don't need to talk about that.
I mean, there wasn't much to talk about. That's what I was saying. I was there the whole time because I was helping them putting together a commercial for them. So yeah, I was there for a while, and there's a lot going on. And little Stephanie was like running around like a chick with her head chopped off for a little bit.
I will tell you, I haven't it was very condensed in like a very small area with all these people that we knew. Like Dan and his mom showed up.
Yeah.
Our friend Alex.
And Rob was there randomly.
And Rob. But it was just like my anxiety of seeing all these people all at once in a very condensed small area. It was a lot. I was so tired afterwards. I'm like, I just need to zone out, man. That was a lot. It was like I was stimulation overload, you know?
Yeah.
It was like you're trying to look at all these vendors, you're running into people, you're talking, and you're trying it was just like wow. There's so much going on all at once. Yeah,
no, like towards the middle of
Not used to it.
Of it. Like right before you got there, my sister-in-law's family showed up because she's gluten free. And then Claire's dad and stepmom showed up, and her stepmom's gluten free. So I was like talking with them, hanging out with them, going through the whole place with them and everything. So yeah, it was crazy.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was cool.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's at 420 Summers Road in Ellington. So check it out. It's the Gluten Free Farmers Market. The next one is
it's December
weekend
3rd.
In December.
It's December 3rd or 4th. I can't. It's whatever that Sunday is.
I'm looking up right now.
I think it's the 3rd. That's what's stuck in my brain, but I could be wrong. Anyway, Mark. Before we get into the news, and it is December 3rd.
Oh, is it?
No, it's December 4th. It's a Sunday.
See, there you go. Okay.
December 4th. And I think there's one on the 18th as well. But you'll put the schedule up. We don't need to say it. You'll put the schedule up right here.
No, I'm just saying.
There we go. The schedule goes up. We move on. All right. So anyway, we recorded our show. We recorded 2 shows. The week before, we did our Wakanda Forever spoiler show that came out on Monday. And after we recorded, some major news had broken. Obviously, we didn't talk about last week because we didn't do the show last week. It was a pre-recorded show. But Kevin Conroy, the voice actor of Batman in the Batman games animated series, had passed away. He was sick, and
Yeah, he was sick for a while.
yeah, like a lot of people are sharing some cameos he recorded for people, are very touching. And obviously he didn't look like he was really
Healthy.
skinny.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I don't know how he died or passed away from. But it is sad. His voice is iconic. I mean,
He had intestinal cancer,
oh, well, there you go.
which is crazily enough the same thing that got my dad. So
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look healthy, but
no.
he still loved his fans. He still was very he was very thankful. Obviously, he was very humble, and he was just like an all-around great guy. And people are just sharing a lot of memories of him. And I mean, like, it makes me want to rewatch the Batman animated series. He's so good in that. And the games he played Batman,
which I was doing on HBO Max. I don't think they're on there anymore because I didn't get that shit. I think they pulled them off.
That would be a shame because the movies are still on there, so I have to imagine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a good question.
And then on top of that, he died, and then Gallagher died.
Yeah,
and I was like, what?
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my god.
Yeah.
And Gallagher, do you remember? Now this is true, I believe. But do you remember this? So Gallagher, I believe, had a twin brother, and then he had his twin brother take over at some point. Yeah, his brother took over, and like, I don't know. There's a story behind this. You don't remember that at all?
No, I don't remember this at all.
Oh man.
I wasn't a big Gallagher guy. I kind of like.
Oh, I love Gallagher as a kid.
When I was in like my teens, I might have like fallen into Gallagher.
Well, Gallagher for me was on VH1.
Yeah.
Those comedy specials, and I loved when he would smash the watermelons. Okay, so Ron Gallagher was his twin brother.
Yeah.
He had a twin brother. I guess things went sour between them. I gotta look into.
Oh, he just wanted to, like, in the 90s, he just wanted to use the Sledge-O-Matic routine. And Leo Gallagher of the Gallagher brothers granted permission on the condition that Ron, who shared the strong likeness to Leo, and his manager clarified in promotional materials that it was Ron Gallagher, not Leo Gallagher, who was performing. He performed in venues smaller than those in which the original Gallagher performed. After several years, Ron began promoting his act as Gallagher 2.
Oh.
Gallagher 2. In some instances, Ron's act was promoted in a way that left unclear the fact that he was not the original Gallagher.
Gotcha. He was a coattail rider.
Yeah, Leo initially responded by requesting only that his brother not use the Sledge-O-Matic routine. His brother nonetheless continued to tour as Gallagher 2, using the routine. In August 2000, Leo sued his brother for trademark violations and false advertising. The courts ultimately sided with Leo and granted an injunction prohibiting Ron from performing any act that impersonated his brother in small clubs and venues.
Man, can you imagine?
The injunction also prohibited Ron from intentionally bearing likeness to Leo.
And he looked like him too. I mean,
yeah.
If you didn't know, you would be like, "Oh, this is Gallagher dressed down."
Yeah, because he also, like, the hairstyle was different.
Slightly.
Like, they weren't like exactly looking like each other.
Yeah, slightly different. But yeah. I mean, if you were easily confused or you didn't have glasses on, you could definitely be like, "Oh
my gosh, they're like identical twins. This is crazy."
You didn't know about
you wouldn't
this?
know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same hairstyle and everything.
If you put a poster up and you said the Gallagher,
yeah,
and then I went in and come to find out it was really Ron Gallagher, but he has a Sledge-O-Matic.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting the Gallagher experience.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I
it
could see
depends
why
on
his
if
brother.
Ron Gallagher is as funny as Leo Gallagher was, I guess.
Well, I could see why his brother was upset because he's basically using
Yeah.
his shtick.
Why is it brothers named Gallagher have issues with each other?
Well, the world may never know.
I mean, you got Oasis and now the Gallagher brothers. It's crazy.
Yeah, Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe if
crazy.
you have a brother and your last name is Gallagher, don't work together.
Right.
Just stay in different businesses.
Yeah. Become an accountant.
Yeah.
Become a comedian.
Gallagher and Gallagher.
Gallagher. Yeah, that'd be great. Law duo, Gallagher
Yeah.
and Gallagher.
That'd been the way to do the show, is like do a couple shows just as Gallagher and Gallagher.
Yeah. 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 All right, cool.
Or not even ever mention Ron Gallagher. And then when this happened, like Gallagher could just come back out and just say that he was joking, that he wasn't really dead. And it was just him there doing the shows as Ron Gallagher, just taking over for Leo.
I mean, they're both extremely old people, so
It's a missed
that's not
marketing
happening.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's not
marketing
happening.
opportunity.
It's not going to happen. It's an old guy. I can't lift this sledgehammer.
Well, you know, you can motorize it. Technology. Yeah. That I mean, Gallagher was, like I said, when I was probably pre-teens, early teens, Gallagher was hilarious.
Yeah.
You watch Gallagher now, not as funny.
No, his stuff doesn't age well.
It's like
But when you're
Carrot
a
Top.
kid. Oh God, don't get me started. He looks like a freak. I mean, he looks crazy looking.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that same style of comedy. It's not like prop comedy kind of peaks at a certain point. It doesn't, you know.
Yeah. Well, Marcus, last week there was a lot of news about Disney laying off. They're like, we're gonna stop. We're gonna pull back on promotion. We're gonna pull back. We're gonna lay off people.
Hiring freeze. A lot of
Hiring
companies
freeze.
are doing that.
We're
Even
gonna,
even like the bigger cable companies are doing that. So that's not an uncommon thing.
but hold on. So Disney. So the new guy. He said all this.
Chapek. Yeah.
Chapek. Well, as of today, Chapek is gone.
Happened last night around like 11:30.
Bob Iger is back.
Is back. The man who bought Fox and put Disney in the issue they're in right now.
No,
is coming back.
He didn't. He actually, Chapek inherited, like, Bob Iger retired on top, and Chapek took over right when
there's multiple.
the pandemic
I've been following this story for a while, and there's multiple theories on this. And
the pandemic hit.
The initial theory was Iger retired because the board of directors weren't happy with the Disney Fox merger, like how it actually all came about, like ended up working. Because Disney's still paying off a lot of debt that Fox had. Like, it wasn't known how much debt Fox was in, I guess. Like, it was known, but not like, and then the pandemic happened like right after they signed the deal, basically.
Well, yeah.
So Disney was thinking, oh, well, we'll just keep going along like we've been going along, and we'll just take care of this debt and not have to worry about it. But the pandemic comes along right after Iger retires and Chapek takes over. Pandemic happens, theme parks closed.
Well, yeah, they didn't make money.
Down.
They didn't make money.
So Chapek had to figure out, how am I going to keep money coming in? And another thing that's become a big issue with Disney is Disney Plus, because they're dumping about $30 billion a year into producing content for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And the returns on Disney Plus are not anywhere near where that is. Like, they're not making $30 billion off subscriptions for Disney Plus.
Well, subscriptions have stalled on a lot of platforms. Yeah. Netflix, a lot of them are seeing kind of the peak right now.
Yeah.
The saturation. Also, we're kind of, as consumers, we all have to make choices right now because things are becoming really expensive.
Well, with the pandemic and the
pay,
inflation out of the pandemic and the prices of everything at the Disney theme parks, it just kept going up.
Well, everything's going up.
And Chapek has been blamed, which I don't know.
Well, Mark, when you're
Is
the
a thing,
leader,
not a
you
thing.
get
Yeah.
blamed. That's your
Yeah.
job. And
So
obviously they
he's
didn't
getting
like
blamed for a lot of like the nickel and diming of the like everybody that goes to a theme park, like the Disney, like the Genie Plus stuff where you have to like pay to get to the front of the line for all the different rides, and you get like priced for this is a higher price now for a hamburger, and everything that used to be like when I went initially, like almost 5 years ago now, to Disney, like they had like their fast pass thing, and it was totally free, and you just got it because you were going to Disney. You could just, if you're staying on property, you got it. That went away. They replaced it with this Genie Plus thing during the pandemic, and the reservations, which is another thing people aren't a fan of. They have to fill out a thing to get a reservation to go into a park.
Well, this is all Chapek was in charge.
So it's all
if you're in
stuff that he had to do.
charge, guess
Yes.
what? You're gonna take the
So,
blame. So that's
like you'd
how
said,
it
there's
goes.
been rumors of the layoffs coming and different things, and it wasn't going to affect people inside the parks. It was more like the executive staff people and stuff like that, which every company's doing at this point. A lot of companies are eliminating a lot of higher management people. So yeah, so last night, Chapek, out of the blue, on a random Sunday,
Well,
just announced he's gone.
well, they got rid of him. And
Yeah.
they brought in I mean,
And out of
obviously,
nowhere, they decided to bring back Bob Iger.
well, to us, but not to them. This is probably planned, Mark. This is called. They know what's going on. The people, the
Well, it's
board
just
knows.
it's very strange that like a person who left in the way that Iger left is just like right back again. It's kind of crazy, but that's business. It's just very
That's
strange.
business. And Iger retired, and they probably like, listen, Chapek is not steering the ship the way we want it to. That's business. What are you gonna do?
He was definitely like more of a numbers type guy. Chapek, like he was all about the numbers. He was very number centric. It was all about if this doesn't make sense numbers wise, then we're not doing it. Whereas Iger was more of like, you know, we can make it work if it's a good idea kind of thing.
Well,
So,
obviously, it just wasn't working. So,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll see what it does because it's going to be an interesting.
Bob
situation.
Iger's been
How
with the
they gonna-
company before, so he knows what's going on. I'm not worried about it. They're a corporation; they'll figure it out. But it is interesting news. That just there we go. Chapek's gone. I mean, also, I will say this though. I will say Chapek did have a hard job of taking over something right before a pandemic.
Well, which you didn't know was happening either. You don't know.
Nobody
You're not
does.
planning on that happening.
Yeah. So obviously things, it's a tough situation to be in. So it is what it is. I'm sure Iger will figure it out, and they'll probably get another person when Iger's like, all right.
I think he's just the
path.
transition guy, that he's going to be there until they find like another person kind of thing. He's not going to be the long-term person.
No, I can see him being there maybe a year, tops, maybe two, but they'll find someone else.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. And the big news that I was so excited for, Mark.
Okay.
November 26th, the day after Christmas, on Hulu, Letterkenny's back, baby.
Yes.
The only show that matters in my heart. I am so pumped. I will be on vacation. I will literally I will probably watch it all in like 2 days. I'm so
Will they dump
excited.
the whole thing, you think, or will it be
They always I think they dump it. Shorzy was dumped.
Shorzy was weekly. And the last season of Letterkenny, I don't think was all at once.
Well, I will be watching it the moment it drops. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I saw the little trailer. I shared it with you. I'm so excited. Letterkenny comes back on Christmas Day in Canada and on Hulu on the 26th. If it's a weekly show, awesome. I'm all for that.
Day after Christmas, correct? Yeah.
Huh?
Day after Christmas.
Yes, day after Christmas.
Yes. Boxing Day.
So excited. I got a laundry list of shows I'm going to try to watch during my vacation now and then my Christmas vacation.
Yes, you do. Stay tuned,
And
kid. It's going to be a very interesting couple episodes coming up because we're going to have all this stuff to talk about that you've been waiting to hear Brian's take on.
no, you don't. Nobody cares.
But
I do want to start watching Mythic Quest this week. The first 2 episodes dropped last Friday. Episode 3 will be dropping this Friday. I'm super stoked that show is back. I love that show. Did you watch anything between the last time we recorded and now worth mentioning? Anything?
I did watch because it was a show that my mom was into, and I kind of got into it to talk to her about it, The Crown. So I watched that just to, because I want to know what happens. Which I know what happens because it's all based off real events, but
right.
So season 5 came out, so I watched through that. But that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, I finished my watch through of Community.
I don't know how you watch these shows so quickly. I'm just finishing season 2 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well, I kind of got off that to watch Community, so.
And I
go
love,
back to that. I don't know.
I love that show. I did a show dropped this weekend. Allison and me, we watched the first 2 seasons when they dropped. Dead to Me on Netflix. Season 3 dropped, and this is how it went. Saturday night, Allison says, "Hey, when does that show we like come back?" And I literally was firing up Netflix, and it was right there. And I go, "Season 3, we're watching it now." We watched the entire final season between Saturday and Sunday.
So that's how I watch other shows.
All 10 episodes. Well, they're only half an hour.
Well, that's what I did. Yeah.
And there's only 10. So we watched like 5.
Like The Crown, there's only 10 episodes.
But aren't those like an hour long?
Yeah.
10 hours?
Saturday and there's nothing else going on.
How do you get 10? Oh my God. See, we
watched not all 10 of them at once. Like spread it out a little bit, but
that's all to me.
Friday night, Saturday.
Yeah, we watched like 3 Saturday, and then we watched the rest on Sunday after we got home. We watched a few, took a break. It was very emotional, and then we watched a couple. We watched the final. It was a great show. Highly recommend it. Dead to Me. Christina Applegate is amazing.
Like Community, it was easy because they're half hours. So at night after Claire goes to bed, I got a couple hours to kill before I go to bed. So just brushed out a couple shows, and within a couple weeks, you're through it.
See, I watch every morning 2 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I have my coffee and I watch that. So,
or if I'm at home and working and it's a slow day, catch a couple episodes, take a long lunch.
It's public access. It's not like we're doing much anyway. I mean, come on.
I mean, I got stuff going on, but if a show's rendering, it's gonna take a while to render. What are we gonna do to start the computer screen while it renders?
What do we used to sing? Return to render. Time unknown.
Yeah, because you got to render it, then you got to export it, so it takes a while. It's like 2 hours.
Speaking of public access, I'm dubbing. I've been dubbing old videos.
Yes.
And I got this old, the old clip of we used to do our stuff at Cox Public Access.
Yes.
On Monday nights, and you and Jill, and this is around Christmas time.
Yeah.
And you start talking about, oh, what'd you buy people for Christmas? And Jill says, she had bought Rocky a gift card.
Yeah.
And you said, it's so funny. This is before you knew. You go, Rocky, is that his nickname? What's his real name? And I think Jill's like, I don't know, something. And then Jill goes, I bought him a gift card to Michael's. And you're like, Michael's? And she's like, yeah, he likes to draw. And you're like, oh, okay. It's so funny. It's so
your future
funny.
brother-in-law, and you're buying a gift card to Michael's. When you want to say, I know you, but I don't really care about you, here's a gift card.
Well, it's funny because Jill talks about how she doesn't like giving gift cards, but then she goes on to tell us how she got
him a gift card. Yeah, that's Jill for you. Jill in a nutshell.
It's funny. Oh, these old videos are a hoot. I got it set up in my basement now, so I'm doing all my dubs.
Oh, nice.
Videos in my basement. Um,
I think I got some old ETVs and stuff like that if you want to dub some of those.
well, what do you mean old ETVs? What do you?
Equilibrium shows.
No, I know, but like, are they on tape?
Yeah,
Didn't we put all our shows on DVD though?
I can't remember.
I think we did.
I know I got a bunch of stuff. I've looked going through my office recently. I knew I had them, but I never really like thought about it. But I have so many like from when I first started doing stuff in public access. Like probably for me, like the birth of Equilibrium TV before I met you. Mark Smith and I had filmed Battle of the Bands at TD Shenanigans.
I was there.
I know.
I did
Before we
camera.
decided to start doing the show.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
have those 3 like tapes.
It was that chick band,
Q,
Q, which were
CO2.
all, yeah, Q was so good.
there's Q, CO2, and another band.
In the chick band, I can't think of,
Yeah.
I don't know the name. They're really good
something
too.
Janes.
Oh, yes. Oh
Yes.
my God. Yes.
Yeah. I have those in my office.
Oh, I would love to see the Q.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was me. We were, I was on
I
the,
think it was like one of your first things you did in public access.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now are they on VHS? What are they on?
I think they're on either VHS or Super VHS. One of the two.
I have an SVHS player right here.
Yeah.
That means if you gave them to me, I could dub them to DVD.
Okay.
Oh, I really want to see them. I really do.
Yeah.
That was our first time with CO2.
Yeah.
And Q was so cool. Like we got their demo CD, and I think we were
Yeah.
trying to get them on. I think we played them on
We
the
just
radio.
started doing the college radio show, I think, at that point.
We started
just
playing
started.
local bands on
Yeah.
our 20 Rock Countdown.
Yeah, 20 Hour Countdown show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark.
Yeah.
Next time
I have like a bunch of like old high school sporting events that I did that are on like VHS or Super. They're probably on SVHS because that's all we used back then. So
you should bring the Battle of the Bands tapes with you on Saturday for D&D.
All right. I'll grab them tomorrow when I go in the office.
If you remember, because I can dub them.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
I can make copies. I can give you a DVD and me a DVD.
And I have like all the old, like all our old stuff, like the raw footage, mini DVDs in my office too.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna? I mean, we edited everything, so like the only thing.
I don't know. I know there's like actual finished versions of those too. So
right, I think the raw footage of the interviews would be cool.
Yeah.
The unedited interviews we did. That'd be because I was thinking a lot of this old stuff, starting a YouTube channel, just called like my old VHSs or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got like a lot of cool old stuff that people might get a kick out of. But like the interviews would have been would be really cool. Just the unedited, 2-shot, 2-camera, whatever we did.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen those in since they aired.
Yeah. Oh man, good stuff.
But yeah, no, I have those. I have like a bunch of I got a bunch of stuff in there. I was going through. I know at my parents' house there's like a box of VHS tapes from the very first season of Stafford Speedway that we did.
Oh God.
That Dennis and I like would sit and like actually take like printed lineups and tape them to the side of like a rack. And Dennis would put the camera in a filter and take a picture of each one, and we'd superimpose it on top of the video and everything.
What a pain in the ass.
Yeah. No, we were there till like 2 or 3 in the morning doing that every night. Yeah. It was an experience.
Hold on, Mark. I can't hear you. Keep talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I don't know if it was me or you.
It was you.
I heard the Stafford Speedway stuff.
Yeah.
But man, Awesome stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be so cool.
Yeah.
So we are doing D&D this Saturday.
We are.
Bobby,
Other versions are up on Dungeonetics as we speak.
sans Bobby.
Yeah.
Now he's supposed to be bringing his recording equipment tomorrow to show me how to work it.
I don't know.
But do you have an alternative?
I probably do. I mean,
Well, don't say probably. I mean,
I have microphones and I have a audio board and
that's a little too. That's overkill. I think what Bobby has is like just easy. We don't want it to be in the way.
No.
You know.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you had a recorder, a digital recorder.
No.
Okay. I don't either. So.
Yeah.
All right, Bobby.
No, I do have I can get microphones. I can get an audio mixer, like an old audio mixer that we used to use.
Yeah. It's just that's a lot.
And then out from that directly into the laptop. I could do that.
Yeah.
But I need a laptop too.
Right. That's a lot because you need a place for the mixer. Someone's got to be actively mixing.
No, we just use one of those, not like the mixer that we had in the podcast room, like those old box ones I used to use back in the day.
Right.
It's got the little knobs on it. That's not just that kind of thing, like a travel mixer, not a big, huge thing.
Oh, okay.
Not an audio board, but just an audio mixer, like a small little.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Bob will just show me how to work everything, and hopefully it will all turn out well.
Yeah, and it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you.
Oh boy, we're in trouble. You're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah.
We are. Bobby, I don't know what's going to happen. No, I'm all kidding aside. You'll be fine. I will miss Bobby though immensely, and I hope everyone's enjoying the Dungeonetics episodes.
If you're listening to them, if not, that's fine too.
They are getting hits, so people are listening to them.
Nice.
So I mean, it should be a good time.
Like I said to Bobby, we should put ads for this show in the Dungeonetics show, and then talk about Dungeonetics in this show as well. So like a never-ending cycle of promotion.
Well, I think it is. We always talk about it,
but not on the Dungeonetics side, though.
Oh, well, yeah. This is kind of like the pre-show and post-show.
Yes.
We'll probably take next week off, and we'll be back.
Brian's on vacation, so
I'm on vacation.
We'll be watching nothing and playing probably God of Thunder, Valhalla, or some random.
Oh,
game.
God of War is amazing. That's all I want to do.
Ragnarok, whatever it's called. I don't know.
So good.
Yeah.
How's Andor? You're saying Andor is going to be ending this week?
Andor finale is Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving.
Wow. How many episodes did they go?
12.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they're working on season 2 already.
Season 2 is already in production. They're just about done with it, I think.
I will watch it on vacation.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's not the Star Wars you're used to, which I'm telling everyone as they like ask me about it. It's like it's not super fast. It's not a lot of laser blasting gun fights, and
it's better than Obi-Wan.
Yes.
This
last episode was like the first more like Star Wars episode, like the movies. It was more space and ships and fighting the Empire in space and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a scene in it where the guy that's running away from the Empire gets away from the Empire. The way he does it, you're gonna freak out.
Cool. I'm excited.
I was like, what is going on? This is amazing. Where has this been?
Yeah, I mean, everything I've read or seen or hear people talk about how the acting is amazing. It's such a great, compelling show. But I mean, I think
Andy Serkis was amazing in it. The episodes he was in.
Yeah, I heard. He's a great actor.
He is, yeah.
I'm also hoping if I can watch Andor and watch the Lord of the Rings movies. Might be my goal.
You've talked about this. You talked about this at the beginning of the year. This is your goal for the year, was to watch the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
We're now about 5 weeks away from the end of the year.
I'm gonna do it.
and you still have not watched a lick of any one of the movies.
Well, I did watch Ring of
That's not a
Power.
movie. That's not the movie. Which would have made more sense if you'd watched the movies.
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
what was
Going in
on.
cold like that's not the best idea because you don't really have any sense of what's going on or any thought or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also easier when I can get Allison involved. Like, I want to watch the new Game of Thrones. We're kind of wishy-washy on that. It's tough. It's a tough one. And we have a laundry list of shows we want to
Yeah.
watch. So
We
The
were
Boys
into that
season
too, and
3.
yeah, that Game of Thrones, we kind of got 3 episodes in, and then football season started, so we got distracted.
Yeah.
Because it's on Sundays, and there's other stuff to watch. So
Yeah. We got to watch season 3 of Boys. We have a bunch of other shows we want to watch. So Christmas Vacation, catch up on all the TV.
yeah,
Um,
so that's like, I will say it this way, in a nice way of saying it. It's the one thing with Claire and I that we have different tastes in TV stuff. So I can watch shows, not have to like have her around to watch them.
well, I
Which is
watch
nice.
shows without Allison, but we have shows we like to watch together. And honestly, I like watching a show with somebody because when I'm watching it by myself, I don't know, there's no fun in
I mean, it
it.
would have been fine seeing Wakanda Forever by myself because I actually would have heard the movie, so that'd have been fun.
Don't worry. He's gonna be sitting next to me from now on. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know.
It made me think about like, I don't know how you did it all these years. If that's like just one member of your family. Not that it was a bad thing. I like Nick. He's a great guy. He's fun. But I didn't know it was going to be an exhibition of every topic that happens.
I know. I know. It's ridiculous. He just doesn't shut up. He's just like, shut your mouth. I didn't pay to hear you.
Internalize it. You could
Yeah.
say these things to yourself and not have to say them out loud.
Right. Tell me after the movie.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
need your comments. I don't need a commentary track as I'm watching the movie
Yeah,
for the
I know.
first time.
Oh, I know. I know. Believe me. Oh, I know. It's fun. Not.
Must be fun. Like when you like, did your whole family do that?
Um.
Because my brother does
No.
it sometimes.
I mean, your brother's pretty quiet. I mean,
Well, I tamed him
sometimes.
down a lot. Like when we were younger, he would do it a lot. And I finally had like a long talk with him at one point. I was like, dude, I can't sit through movies with you if you're gonna like ask me questions during the whole thing.
Yeah.
Or just
Like-
say things. It's like I can't.
I'm watching the same movie you are, so I don't
Right
know
here.
anything. I don't know.
I don't know anything you know.
Yo,
I don't
yeah,
know. I don't
yeah.
know any secrets. There's no secrets I know that you don't know. I didn't write the movie. I wasn't in the room when they filmed the movie.
Yeah,
Whatever
right,
you're
right.
asking, I don't have answers for.
Yeah.
We're all gonna find out together.
Yeah. My favorite, just so people know, during Wakanda Forever, my brother sits next to Mark, and he should have sat next to me. And there's a scene when Siri goes into the plane to potentially see her brother, but she ends up seeing her cousin, Killmonger. What am I thinking? Killmonger. And then when she comes out of it, they say, "Who'd you see?" And she goes, "I can't tell you. I'm not. Whatever."
No, she said she didn't see anybody.
Yeah, and then my brother Nick goes, "She's
She just
lying."
goes, "That's a lie."
Yeah,
Just
I'm
out
like,
loud. She's lying. It's like we know.
we
We're
know.
all right
We all
here.
saw it. You need to say that out loud. We all know.
And I couldn't hold it in any longer because it was about pretty far into the movie. And I just turned to Brian and was like,
Yeah. It was hilarious. He kept talking,
younger brothers.
and you're
Younger
like this. You're like, like you're holding it back. I'm like, oh
Younger
God.
brothers. Younger brothers.
See, the original thing is he was going to be sitting away from us.
Yes.
And then because Hutzel should have been sitting there, and then John
bought a ticket for Hutzel, even though I'd already told him I'd taken care of it.
I don't understand. Everybody's just buying extra tickets now. We all buy like
he's loaded,
9,000.
so he has the money he can throw around to buy extra tickets.
We
He's
just
looking
buy all
for a
these-
seat for his coat,
And
which
then
doesn't wear a coat. So I don't know why he'd need a seat for. He needs a seat for his flip flops.
So technically, Dan and Barb could have sat there.
Yeah,
And then like
which would have been much different because trust me, Clerks 3 was another experience. So
they sat way over there.
yeah.
So I don't know. Ant-Man, it'll be more streamlined. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. If Hudson remembers what's going on. Hopefully this class ends soon so that way he can be a part of the world again.
Well, it's funny. Hutzel is hosting Saturday, our D&D, but like for some reason nobody asked him, and I sent him a simple text saying, "Are you on for Sunday?" He goes, "Yeah."
We did ask him. We asked him at 2 months. We had the whole conversation at the end.
No, I know, but in our group chat, everybody seemed confused. Like John was saying, "I can't get a hold of him. We might not be able to have it there," and I'm like, "Remember?" And then we're all joking around different places we could have it.
Yeah.
We're like Enfield Mall.
Yeah, we could have it right in the lobby. No one's there. No one know the difference.
So I texted Hutzel. I said, "Hey, are we on?" And he said, "Yes." And then the other question aroused that his dad might be in town and we couldn't bring beer. And I texted him, I go, "Is beer allowed?" He goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is just bizarre stuff.
I think John just makes things up sometimes.
Well, I know Hutzel said to us long ago to Dan.
Well, I know, but I think the thing of like
here.
Hutzel's not like responding to people. It's like if no one reached out, I even asked like, did anyone try calling him?
I did. I feel like the only one.
I tried, but I don't know. I have 2 numbers for him, so I don't know which number is right. Because I think I still have one of his track phone numbers that was when it changed. I never took the other one out, so now I don't know which one's right.
It's fine.
I don't want to call some random number and be like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, who's this?" I'm like, who's this?
Who's this? All right, Mark. Well, we should wrap up the show. We'll probably be taking next week off unless something major happens.
Yes.
When we come back,
major happens.
We're going to have 3 shows next month, and then we come back for the new year.
Yes.
I'm thinking, and I'm going to say this now in front of our audience and you and me, and I was thinking maybe the last.
Bobby and my brother.
Yeah, your Bobby, your brother.
And I think my mother-in-law who listens.
I hope not.
Hi, Deb. She does. She loves Marvel stuff.
But we didn't talk about Marvel at all.
I know, but she listens anyways.
Okay. So maybe we could go through our favorite things of the year. Because I can compile a list of everything we talked about on the show. So our show is like a diary. Even though we might have forgotten we watched it, we did.
Yeah. I call it therapy. So
yeah, maybe I can go through and I can.
Yeah, you do.
You I can.
You waste your life doing that. And I'll just whatever you want to talk about, I'll respond to.
We could do our favorite things. The final the episode of the end of the year. We could do our episode, which would probably
very short list this year, which is surprising for you. Which I assume there would be more, but there's only 2 so far. Bryonisms from 2022.
Save it.
You're hot out of the gate at the beginning of the year. You had one like the first show of the year, and then you haven't had another one till this past month. You had another one.
All right. Well, save them.
You've been very quiet this year, which is surprising for you.
I know.
You're throwing your Bryonisms out to other people. It's not you're ruining it for the people that listen to the show.
I'm interested.
Tune in to hear your stupidity, and you're not sharing it with us, and we're not happy about it.
We'll probably do it on the 19th. If it becomes a 2-parter, then we can put it. We can put the second part on the 26th. But
okay,
we'll save our best of stuff for the next month.
All right.
So
hopefully we get another Bryonism in by then. So we have 3 Bryonisms.
All right. I'm excited to hear what they are. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right. We should wrap it up, Marcus. Like us, follow us on all the social media things, and we'll be back in 2 weeks here in Geekonomics.
Yes, everyone have a great Thanksgiving. Hope everyone gets enough turkey if that's what you eat. If not, whatever you're gorging on for Thanksgiving, hope it's delicious and enjoyable. And as always, be safe, be well, be kind.
And rewind.
Bye, everybody.